That can be low impact, tapping it out. Stay tall, core engaged. 10 seconds, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs, feet planted. You can do body weight, arms out, or pick up some weights. 3, 2, 1, pick up some weights. So just slight bend your elbows, shoulders up, slowly down. I'm not forcing my shoulders down, I'm just relaxing them down. So shoulders up and down. Next up on the straps, we're going to row. Up, slowly down. Stay tall, don't get compressed. And as the shoulder's tired, there's a tendency to add wrist, add elbows, so don't do that. "15 seconds. Suspension strap rowing. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. All right. Get your elbows against your body. Walk back until you have tension. And go for a row. Feet closer together makes it tougher. Stay tall from heel to head. Elbows out is tougher as well. No wrist action, just elbows back. Stay tall. "15 seconds, we're gonna do some high knees. No banana shape here, don't let your hips sink. Don't let your hips go forward or your head go forward. All right, high knees, finish this one. Get those straps out of the way, knees up, low impact if you want, keep one foot on the ground. But even if you're running, it's still low impact, land light and quiet. Knees up, staying tall, core engaged, be tall. 15 seconds, we have plank, forearm plank. Focus on staying tall and breathing. Five seconds. All right, plank, get down, get yourself tall as you get down, hinge, you get the hip. Lengthen out, set it up, load it up. Don't let your heavy head drop down. No skin folds in the back of your neck by lifting your chin away from your chest either. I don't mind if your hips are up, as long as your back is straight, from hip to head, straight. Don't tilt your pelvis so that your lower back gets pinched. And breathe, focus on that breathing. 20 seconds, we're going to hit the bicep curls on the straps. Keeping your elbows out in front of your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Alright, get those elbows against your body, walk back onto your tension. This gives you a good starting point. Then lie back, palms facing up, and then hands up and over your elbows. Those elbows want to get close to your body, so they want to pull your hands to your shoulders, but elbows under. Keep your elbows out there. Just like the row, stay tall. When I lie back, I'm mostly on my heels. No neck bobbing forward or hip dropping back. I'm going to do a glute tap out next, so finish this one. Then you're going to stand on your left leg, get yourself tall over that left leg. Then we're going to hinge back, get nice and tall, hip through head. Checking in with your foot. Just tapping that other foot out. I'm not changing shoulder positions. The only thing moving is my right leg. Check in with that tripod. So again, to get in that position, I hinge back. Slight bend of my knees, staying tall from hip through head. Glute switches on, stops you from falling forward. And with this leg going out, your abductor, AB abductor on the outside of your leg, stops you from falling after it. Let's take it to the ground, hollow body, lower back in the ground. Hug those knees, chest to knees. Send those heels out. Reaching for the ceiling, get your shoulders up there. You can certainly cradle your head, take some of the head weight muscle off your neck muscles, Just breathe. Basic position, we'll add to it later. Anytime you feel that lower back is popped up, reset. Don't let your shoulders go back and your neck staying out there. Don't crane your neck forward here. On the straps next, we're going to do a single arm rotation, like a Russian twist. Single arm. And switch it up. Come on up, so grab one of those handles. Again, walk back until you have tension. From here, straight arm, rotate up, head follows your handle, and slow motion back down. So, lying back, feet closer to the anchor makes it tougher. If you start getting stuck as you power up, get your chest closer to the handles, then turn, then long arms for the way back. My feet stay pointing at the anchor, but my hips and shoulders rotate. Head stays following. I got two hands on the strap. Well, one hand on the strap and the other hand on that hand. And I'm powering up, putting the brakes on, coming back down. We'll do the other side next, or not like immediate next. Oh yeah, we'll do the other side next. 3, 2, 1. Alright, other side then. Got my back to you now, so when I lie back, my head is looking at the anchor. When I rotate to the side, I'm looking over the handle at all times. So power up, be able to pause on the way back. One hand on the handle, other hand on that hand. And if you start getting stuck on the way up, shorten the lever, get your chest closer to the hands, then turn, but long lever, long arms on the way back. Putting the brakes on, 15 seconds left. Stay tall. And my head is staying in between my feet. I'm not following the handle off to the side. Coming up, we got fast feet. Alright, Finish the one you're in. Let's move those feet. Very good. This can be side to side if you want. Just make sure there's no trip hazards. Elbows are bent. Pumping those upper arms forward, back. Helps my knees move. Stay tall. Don't start crunching over looking at your feet. 5 seconds. We're gonna grab the straps again and do a squat. Get those handles level. All right, let's bring them back. Handles even. Elbows against your body. Walk back until you have tension. Deep squat, so you can really sit down low. Elbows get pulled away from your body. Power back up. So slowly down. Heels towards hips towards heels. Elbows pulled away from your body. So you can go a little deeper than you probably normally do. You get down there slowly. Back staying tall. Keep looking at the anchor. If you look at the ground, you'll curve over here. Now, I'm using my fingertips lightly at the bottom of the squat, just for a little guidance so I don't go too deep through my range of movement. But I'm powering the floor weight with my feet only. Keep tension on the straps. Don't curve over. Tall back. Two more. Tall plank next. So this time up on your hands. Get tall as you drop down, hinge at the hip. Hands underneath your shoulders, chest. Fingers spread out a little bit. Lightly gripping the floor. And breathe. Stay tall from hip through your head. Don't let your head sink. Or don't lift your chin up. Bonus points if you're lightly pulling the ground apart between your hands. And I mean like 5%, just activating the muscles. Stay tall. How's that breathing? Are we aligned? ABC, align. Keep breathing deliberately. Everything you do is controlled. I'm going to do a lateral raise next. In 5. Alright, so lighter weights out to the side. They're not straight out to the side, it's about 30 degrees forward. Soft knees, feet shoulder width or maybe a little wider. And tall. Don't get compressed down here. $15 seconds, so a little slower on the return. We're going to do a single arm row on the straps next. Alright, let's switch it over. So grab the straps, one arm, elbow against your body, walk back until you have tension. Feet shoulder width apart to start with. And then lie back. So on this one, we're resisting rotation of your hips. So feet shoulder width apart to start with. So both hips, both sides, are equal distance from your anchor. As you fade here, there's a tendency to start tilting away and twisting towards. We'll do that a little later in a different exercise. Right now, resist that rotation. Feet closer together makes it more challenging. Feet closer to the anchor makes it more challenging. Stay tall, no banana shapes. 5 seconds, we're gonna switch sides. No, always tension on the straps. All right, let's switch sides. Elbow against your body, walk back. Should be the same spot. And again, dial it in. And then once you dial it in, then you can make it more difficult by bringing your feet closer together than shoulder width and feet closer to the anchor. No wrist movement here. As my arms straighten, I'm not rotating my hips away from the anchor. I'm not dropping my hips, banana shaped. Not locking my elbows as I straighten the arm either. "15 seconds. We're going to do a hollow again next, but this time we're going to add in an in and out to it. Elbows overhead, knees away from you, and then elbows coming in towards knees. One more here, finish the one you're in, and then take it down to the ground. Set it up, lower back in the ground, chest towards knees. Elbows overhead makes it more challenging to keep your lower back in the ground. Bonus points if when you get up you can reach for your heels, chest towards knees, do a little crunch. But this is slow, keep it slow. Don't bounce out of that crunch. And that crunch comes from your core at the shoulders. Don't let not a neck movement. 15 seconds, slow it down. One more, then we're back on our feet for calf raises. All right, so get those straps onto your arms. You can do this on the ground too. I'm gonna walk in, get those arms, put the straps underneath my arms. Heels to the ground. This will probably aggravate your plantar fasciitis if you have it. So you can keep your feet planted and squat hold with some punches. Keeping those feet flat. Now my straps are on in between my arms, they're not on the outside. And you'll feel much more comfortable. So heels up, and my elbows, forearms, wrists, all against my body. My wings are tucked in, so they're really wrists against my body. If they're away from my body, my shoulders doing a lot of work. Just bring them in, stabilize. So it's all ankle movement. As you fade on this, mind you're not hinging at the hip and getting momentum into the next one. We're going to do a few extra seconds here. Yeah, beginning to feel it now. At 5 more seconds. Bicep curl to overhead. Overhead is going to be the limiting factor. Grabbing your dumbbells, feet planted, bicep curl, overhead press. Keeping your lower back protected by keeping your knees soft. I don't mind if those dumbbells go slightly forward. I do not want your hips to have to go forward just so you can send that dumbbell straight up. That will hurt you. There could be 2 arms doing the bicep curl, and you can do single overhead. Next time do the other single overhead if you want. We're going to keep these dumbbells and do a plank row next in 5 seconds. Alright, take it to the ground again. If you have smaller dumbbells, place one dumbbell in between your hands, elbow to hip, not tilting, elbow to hip. If you have the bigger weights with flat edges that are not going to roll on your wrist, elbow to hip. Minimal twist. Wide stance makes it easier not to tilt. Edge them closer together. Make it difficult not to tilt. Next up, we're going to hit the triceps on the straps. You can either just choose to do the zombie one, where your back is to the anchor, dropping your forearms underneath your wrist. I'm going to do one facing the anchor, elbows against my body. 5 seconds left here though. Alright, triceps, choose your favorite. Elbows against my body, I'm going to walk back. Tension on the straps, I'm going to take a small step back. No, sorry, hands, long arms. Get that tension now, elbows lock in against my body. Yeah, that's it. Starting with my hands at my legs, lying back. And you can take a small step back and lean on that back leg, give you a little assistance if you want. Stay tall. Isolate the movement, elbows stuck to my body. So this movement is isolated to my triceps. The only thing doing any work here is triceps straightening my arm under tension. Control the back. Staying tall. Let's spend a few extra seconds here. Bodyweight split jerks is next. Got 2 more of these. Alright, split jerks. Make sure there's no trip hazards near you. You can be tapping back or jumping. Next up, we're going to get a nice stretch in the lower back. We're going to do a kind of a deadlift on the straps. Just take a second and watch how I set it up and into the first one. Got 20 seconds left here. Five seconds. Alright, I'm going to grab the straps, put them overhead, arms straight. The only hinging I'm going to do is at the shoulders, not at the hips, not the shoulders. So arms up overhead, walk back until you have tension, plant your feet wide, and from here, just hinging at the hip, sending my hips back. Stay tall, you get a nice stretch in the lower back. Don't hinge at the shoulder, hinge at the lower back, don't curve over. So as I drop my hips back, I'm up on my heels, trying to keep my head between my elbows. It often happens that you stand tall first, leaving your hands out there, and then add the shoulder bit. I want your lower back to do most of the work here. So initially you'll feel it in the shoulders, but try and let the lower back take over. I'm trying to stay tall and hinging at the hip. Tension stays on the straps. So tall from hip through my hands. Send those hips away from my handles. I'm going to do an extra 30 seconds on this one. Trying to keep my head in between my elbows, but not curving my neck forward. Hinging at the hip, tall, nice stretch in that lower back. 5 more seconds. Hollow with a scissors kick is next. That can be sitting on your hands as well. Finish the one you're in. Let's get down. Sitting on your hands if you don't want to do any more hollows or dead bugs. Toe to heel, out wide, heel to toe. If you're sitting on your hands, you can do this with your shoulders and head on the ground, or you can do it with your in a crunch position. One of them feels more comfortable, do that. Do the one that's more comfortable. If you do the dead bug, lower back in the ground, send it out. The movement's fairly quick, but as I get to my outside range of movements, I am slowing it down. Just gentle pinch in your outside of your hip, or a gentle stretch inner thigh. Reaching for the ceiling, gets my shoulders in good position. Feel free to cradle your neck if you need to. Next up, we're going to do a power pull, single arm on the straps, similar to the single arm bicep row, but we're going to add rotation this time. Last time we removed rotation. 5 more seconds here. Alright, so grabbing one handle, making sure it's safe. One handle, okay? Elbow against your body, walk back until you have tension. Maybe use the other side just so you can see what I'm doing for the first one. So I'm going to reach away from the anchor. I'm going to pull my elbow to my body and I'm going to reach towards the anchor and chest to strap. So controlling away, powering my body to my elbow and reaching. So my chest is to the straps. Open up away from the straps. Feet stay side by side. Edge your feet closer to the anchor to make it more difficult. This is rotation under control. Last time we resisted rotation. Still a single arm pull. Don't let those joints lock out. Keep the tension of the straps. Mine went a little slack that time. I went up too far. So it's just like drawing a bow with that handle. And releasing it. We got 5 seconds. I'm going to switch sides. Dial it in. So if you made this side a little tougher, just edge your feet back a little bit for the next one. All right, other side. Elbow against your body. Walk back into your tension. And point away. And pointing towards. So this one, adding in that rotation, we are controlling the descent and powering on the up. Any point along the way, we should be able to stop on the way back. I mean, on the way up, it's a power, so it's really drive that body to your elbow and reach forward, but keep control. No slack in the straps. So I'm drawing that bow really fast and powerfully. Just over 15 seconds left here. So the big difference between resisting that rotation and now controlling that rotation. 2 more. All right, we got lunges now. Sure, there's no trip hazards. You can either step back and drop that back knee, or you can step forward and drop that back knee and then power that floor away. Staying tall from hip through your head. We've only one exercise left after this, and we are going to do the rows special on the straps. So again, if you're not familiar, just have a look at the first one or two, and then jump in. We're going to start with elbows against your body. It's a row and a squat. A squat and a row and a tricep extension. You do that in 10 seconds. So if you're not familiar with it, just have a look at the first one or two and how it's set up. All right, so getting to the straps, elbows against my body, Walking back until I have tension on the straps is my starting point. From here, similar to before, we squat down, do a row, pull yourself back. Where is it? Oh no, sorry. Elbows, long arms on this one to start with. Long arms to start with. Now, squat down, elbows against body, then row. Pull your elbows back to your body or body back to your elbows. So, super difficult exercise. It helps when I set it up correctly. Starting, hands at my legs, elbows bolted to my body as I sit back. Tall back now into a row. Power up, triceps and feet pushing the handles and floor away. So the biggest mistake a lot of people make on this one is they straighten their legs to try and get out of it, and it's super difficult. So squat down, hold that squat, row back into the squat, drive handles down. Use momentum to get over your feet so you can push the ground straight down. Triceps and quads competing for fuel. Back and biceps on the row. Tall back. Now this is the last exercise on this chapter of Bootcamp this morning. So we're going to do a little extra on it. Check and make sure you're tall, not curving my spine over. Squat. Well done. 30 seconds. Good use of the straps this morning. Forearms and grip strength getting challenged now. 10 seconds. And finish the one you're in. Well done, well done. So much fun on a Saturday morning. How you guys feeling out there?
Oh, good. All right.
Good, wonderful, and all right.